name is Elin and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. Today I think I'm just gonna show you a little bit of how I have been using my Hobonichi Cousin. Like, I've been using planners for, well, it has to be like 30 years or something, and I have tried every single planner in the book, literally. And so one thing I had not tried that I sort of just, I don't know, just dismissed it, like, no, that's not for me, so I'm not even gonna try it, is the vertical planner. It's always been horizontal planners, and it's been like the monthly and the weekly. I've never used dailies, and I've always complained about not having enough space. So I mean, last year I must have gotten about 15 planners, maybe even more. And I've tried like papers, I tried digital, any sort of planner. I tried the bullet journal several times and I could not make it work for different reasons. But then I came across the Hobonichi Cousin, which I have right here, and I decided, you know what I've been doing for 30 years has not worked, so I need to try something new. And so I got the Hobonichi Cousin and I started using it, and I have to say that I really love it. And I do have the capacity to write small. I did not think that I had that. My writing is sort of bulky and big, and you know, it's just not nice at all. So I thought that's just gonna look like a mess, and probably something in this book does, because this is more like a trial and error. For next year I have already decided to switch planner to the Sterling Ink common planner in different sizes to try them out. But for now I have the Hobonichi A5. And so this is actually a ring folder, which I used to, it used to contain this book. And so as you see, I've just took it apart here and just pulled it out. Now I have seen a lot of videos of people you know, taking these out, and they make it seem so hard, like they use drill bits and all sort of stuff. You know what I did? I just I don't know if you can see it, but in here, right there, you have this tiny little hole. This is stuck with, like, not a screw, but it's something they push in, like a pin to keep it in place. And under here, inside this, there is a plate that sort of sticks to this. So I just took like some regular screwdriver, small one, and I just poked, and it didn't take me more than, like, I don't know, 15 seconds maybe to get that popped out. And then I made an incision on top here, on the middle, and the same on the bottom right here. So that way I could go in from both sides and just open it up a bit and just glide the whole thing out. But of course I did get stuck with 2 holes in it, so I decided to, you know, I tried to pry things open using pliers, everything else that I saw on YouTube. So I did kind of mess it up, so I decided to just use a washi. Now, normally I wouldn't do that. I would try and find something more decorative so it looks like it's supposed to be like this. But for now, this is good enough. And I know there's a lot of beautiful covers out there, but I found that they are really expensive, and I don't know, I just had this one and I love the way the pockets look and everything. I'm just gonna take this out. I love the decorative piece right here and the pockets and everything, and the ones that I found that could really match, sort of match my style, didn't actually have any pockets. So I'm like, I'm just gonna use this and we'll see what happens. And so in the back here is just one big pocket. So I'm just gonna take this out and put it aside. And what I did was, this is actually just a napkin. I didn't have anything fancy. I did not want to use like a ton of stickers on here because I want to be able to, I'm so sorry about the lighting. I'm going to try and keep it to the side a bit. I want to be able to switch the covers every month because of my Sterling Ink subscription kit that comes with the vellum. And so until I got those, I just found a pretty napkin that I found that, oh, I can just cut it into size and just put it in. And for the tabs, I did not buy any special tabs because well, these were in handy and I didn't want to spend money. I knew that I would be getting some from Sterling Ink as well. So the only thing that I actually need are the ones on top, which are the ones that are like special pages that I need to easily have access to and get back to. And so, well, that's it. And I have always been like, I have to, my book have to be perfect, which is also why I start a book, I get halfway through and I mess up and I have to start again. So that's, but already here I messed up and I don't really mind because it looks good. And here I have, now I hate this. I have to tell you, I really, really hate this. So, but it stuck. I actually glued it to the page, so it's not coming off. So what I used 2024 is just to put in my work schedule. I work day shift and evening shift. I work, you know, any day of the week and holidays and everything. So it's really necessary for me to sort of keep track on how I'm working at specific dates. And so I just use different color markers for day shift and evening shift. And of course I covered up the 2023 because I don't need that. Now the 2025 I will actually be using, I will just put in what we call in Norway like red days, which means sort of like holidays where you either have time off from work or you get extra pay for working, which is really nice. Like for in Easter, if I see that I only have one work day during Easter, I might just apply for getting some time off. Whereas if I'm working like 5 days, I know that that's going to be a lot of pay, so I don't want to miss out on that. So I won't take any time off. So going into the next page, this I have used as a combined tracker actually. On top, I decided to write down important stuff that I want to keep. Like right now, this is just a weight tracker, and right now I have not been working for a long time, but as soon as I get back to work, I will be starting to, you know, mark here on the dates what kind of shift I'm working, when I'm working, so I can sort of match up and see how many hours do I sleep like before, say, an early shift, because I had a problem with just, you know, getting like 1 or 2 hours of sleep before my early shifts. And so of course that would lead to other issues as well. So, and which are the issues that I have right here? Like one is well, obviously my energy level, because I always struggle with having so little energy. And then just a couple of other things. And down here I decided to do the projects. Now the down thing I found out about the Hobonichi is that you don't actually have a page for, you know, setting up everything you need to do for this year, like all the projects and everything. And the Sterling Ink Common Planner does have that in tons. and you can divide it into so many different sections. So I cannot wait to get into, I think it's November that she releases those for sale, or like pre-orders or something. So I will definitely do that. And also I don't like, you know, the colors that are on here for the weekends, and she does not have that. Hers are a lot more like soft going, and I love that. And so I did this for a whole year, and I did not get this book until I ordered it in the beginning of March, and I got it about midway March, 16th of March. And so I'm so sorry for my English, guys. I have not talked English for a long time. I know we Norwegians, we do speak a lot of Norwegian. No, I'm sorry, a lot of English, but I have not done that for a long time. So I'm really trying my best. But anyway, so I wanted still to decorate it, because even though I got it in March, I thought, you know, all of those blank pages are my chance to sort of start and try to find out what I want to do, what works, what doesn't work, what do I like, what don't I like. And so I just wanted to see how are the stickers that I already have, how are they gonna work in this book compared to like the Sterling Ink kits, because I completely fell in love with Sterling Ink as soon as I saw them after I ordered this book. So, but by then it was way into the year. Like my first subscription kit would not be until May, and then when I saw the April kit come out, I was like, I have to have that, because it has crystals in it, and I am a super duper crystal freak lady. I have so many crystals. Let me just show you, see if I can show you a little bit, like on my desk right here, and like here. I have crystals everywhere, and I have been practicing crystal healing for a long time now. So when I saw the April kit coming out, I was like, I just have to have that. So I just made a small purchase of the April kit, and so, but I was still waiting on it. So I wanted to see how are all the stickers that I do have already, how are they sort of, you know, looking in this book. And December, I really liked it. Now what I've done is, I know a lot of people use like the monthly sticker right here, especially since you had the 3-4 first days was actually last month, and so they just stick it across here. Now I don't want to do that, because I want to use these boxes as a tracker. Now I know I have the combined tracker in the front, but I also have a few things that I want to track. Like I have a tendency to wake up every night, like I sleep for 2 hours and then I wake up and I'm wide awake. And so, you know, I want to keep a track on how often does that happen. For instance, sorry. And now I have not taken out anything in this book, like for you guys not to see. I don't really care. There's nothing sensitive about it. So, and so I went into January, and I really like this. These are regular stickers. I don't know if you can see this, but they are white around the edges. And I thought, you know, this is not gonna look good, but actually it does. It really does. And it doesn't make that much of a difference compared to this. These are a bit softer. These are a bit more vibrant, but otherwise they look really good. And so, yeah. And so I just tried some stuff, and then I came into March. So you can see here, I don't use the big washi over here because I have my projects, I have my to-do list. So I've been trying to figure out how to sort of decorate this page. I want it to be decorated, but at the same time I want to have a lot of breathing space, if that makes sense. So Anyways, so going into April, this is the month that I will be starting to decorate. And I have left space here. I have not written down anything because I am not sure how the Sterling ink stickers will actually work, how big they are. And I was surprised when I got them that they are not as big as I thought they would be. So let me just see. Let's just take one here. Like this one, and like you can see here, April. So let's just put it down here because I'm thinking I want to white this out and I can put it up here, and I still have a lot of space down here, but I also want some floral stuff around the corners here and also around the corners here as well. So this is why I left this blank and open. So yeah. So anyways, going into my weeklies. Since I had like 2 full months of blank pages, I thought, why not start by using the first one as a swatch chart, sort of. So I have picked out the colors that I think I will be using for the most part, and I just added them up, like my Tombows, my Dual Art, my Staedtler, Milk Liner, and if I get more, I still have a lot of room to do that here. And then I was like, well, now how am I going to sort of use the colors comparing with the stickers that I'm using? So I went back and I looked at January here, and I was like, well, of course it's blue. I wanted to use this color, and I also wanted to use sort of like the yellow color, and I don't know if that was the right choice. I should have done more of a beige, like a brownish, like this. So, but that I found out when I went into the weeklies. As you can see, it just does not look good. So I should have used the beige instead of a sort of a yellow orange color. And also I did not know if I wanted to time block or if I wanted to make sections. Like, do I want to use the timeline or don't I need it? I've never used the timeline before, so that's really not an issue for me. And I thought that I would actually not like having all of this space right here. Like if this was work and I would be working till like 11 p.m., that would be a lot of room not used, right? So that's a waste of space. So I wasn't quite sure, so I wanted to try and see how does it look when I time block. And I found that it's okay. It's not too bad. So I started going into the March. This is when I started using it. And so as you can see, I did not time block here because I was like, okay, I tried it here, so let's see how it works. And I tried to do just the sections, like up here. This is always set aside for my work hours because I have different work hours. It's not like a 7 to 4 or 7 to 5. So I need to write down my working hours up here. And then I have the important stuff like appointments and stuff like that. And right here I just added because my husband's blood pressure was starting to go nuts, so we had to monitor that. And then I did my to-done list. I actually came across on YouTube, and I'm so sorry, I do not remember her name or her channel. I have heard it once again afterwards, but I have watched so many videos before I even knew that I wanted to start doing these videos myself. So I have not made a note of who told me or showed me that on YouTube. I'm sorry. But she made a very good point because I am a list freak. I use lists for everything. And I have the tendency to, you know, you want to do so much and then you're not able to do so much, especially now with the health issues that I've been having for the last year. And so I make all of this beautiful looking list and everything adds up, and I end up doing like 2 out of 10 things. And so I'm stuck feeling bad about, you know, I should have done this, I should have done that. So instead I made a to-done list, which as you can see, I still use this as sort of a like, I should be doing this, but I actually wrote down here all the things that I did do. As soon as I've done them, I put them down here. So if I feel like I haven't gotten anything done, I can still look across the week and see, you know what, I actually did get a lot done, even though it doesn't feel like it. So, and then I just added some notes, like when I went to bed, what we had for dinner. I did not do a dinner section because, my gosh, we are so lazy. We go to the store every day and we buy the dinner that we feel like having that day. I'm not good at, like, we have these periods where we are planning ahead, and but then it sort of glides out into, you know what, I don't feel like having that today, I'd rather have this. So instead of just buying stuff and it laying in the freezer, and then we just go every day. So I know I should not be doing that. So anyway, I kept on doing this and I wanted to add some washies, and as you can see, these colors are super vibrant and I absolutely hate them. Now, I have used this for years and I've never really mind using them, but for some reason when I put them in this book, I don't know if it messed up my mind, like what I envisioned my book to look like, and so I really hate them. And also, as you can see, there's a lot of smudging because I forget, I write first and then I put the color on top, and that's not good. But I figured this is actually an ink pen, and this had been drying for 2 days before I put the color on. And normally I use the felt tip pens, and they are okay if you leave them for that long, but still they do smudge a little bit. But this was insane. So I learned my lesson here, a little bit at least. As you can see, still here I forgot. And so I wanted to keep doing the sections instead of the time blocking. And I decided that for the April, I will be doing time blocking instead to sort of compare it. And here as well, just, you know, here I wanted to add some stickers. I did not like that. They're too bold, too big, did not like it at all. And so I came into April. Now this is a lot better. As you can see, I've started to time block, and I don't make a big deal out of it. I want it to be showing as little as possible, but at the same time I want to make sure that I see clearly that this is the time I spent doing this, and I do write these down afterwards. I do not write, like I can show you. I started on May, and so today's Tuesday 30th, and I have not written down anything yet. So I will be writing down after I make this video that I actually made this video, and I will time block it so I can see how long did it take me. And now this is why I have my weeklies here, like this is what I need to get done, so I can just, instead of doing it here like what I should be doing. And so yeah, so as you can see, I obviously love the time blocking, so I'm sticking with it for May as well. And so, and I wanted to try like using some washi strips up here to sort of divide it in. I still have my work times up here, and still this is more like a full day information, I guess. So like second day of Easter, and my son had some essay he had to turn in for school, so I need to make sure that I had the possibility to remind him ahead of time. And Then I also started to add some notes, like if I didn't do a lot of stuff that day, like well, I tried to actually set up my film stand that I'm using right now, and I ended up smashing my work phone. Well, it still works, it's just the screensaver on it that got kind of cracked, but still, it's a brand new phone, so I got really annoyed and I just wrote it down, like just get it out, get it off my chest. And again, my to-do list down here at the bottom, and a full spring clean list, which, as you can see, I have done two things, actually, two things. I have done some of it, but like halfway, so I didn't cross it off. And I like how this looked with this washi right here, so I kept doing that because it matches the colors that I chose for April. Now, let's see right away if this actually matches. I'm going to show you something that I thought was really smart. I made my monthly swatches here on this page, words to remember. And so I thought, well, these look like the colors that I've seen on YouTube, so let's see if they match. And of course they do not. The gray matches, but not the blue one, so I missed the ball on that one. But let me see if I can find another card here. So, and the same with pink one. I wanted to find a pink one that would sort of match up with this, and it did not match at all. This would be a lot better actually, which I will be using in May. So 2 miss and 1 hit on that one, but anyways. So going back, so I kept doing the washi, and then here I wanted to try and go back to not time blocking to see how I would like it, and I did not like it. I have to be honest with you. I wanted to try something new, so I did a tracker down here and some dinners and a grocery list and stuff like that, and I did not like it. As you can see, I did not follow this through because I already have them in front, and the reason why I wanted it in front is because then I can see at the end of the year, I can see the full year. I can see the progress from month to month instead of having to, you know, turn the pages. And so I did not really like it. And yeah, I didn't even have the patience to do this the whole month through. Now, since I used 2 colors for April, I wanted to sort of highlight what I was doing. I tried using red. I have always been a person that colors. I don't use the different like X's and arrows and stuff like that. I use colors, so the important stuff is red, my to-do things are blue, and so on. And I didn't want to do that for this book. I wanted to use black only, but at the same time I wanted to try it to see how it looked, and no, not keep doing that. So instead I wanted to highlight, and my important stuff I used the lighter color because it will pop more. And then for other things that are still appointments but not that important, I can move them, or they don't really concern me. My son was going on this sort of gaming stuff, and it's nice to know, and nice to know what time it is, but I'm not actually doing anything. So I wanted to mark it off, but it doesn't really have to pop and stand out. So I went back from the time blocking and I did not like it, so I am back on time blocking. So for May, I picked out different colors actually, because I know the theme, I have seen it, and I still probably have not chosen the right colors because I have not gotten the kit yet. Now I know that Catherine sends these out really, really early, and I can track them and follow them, and I see that she sent them out really early. It just packages getting to Norway is so slow. Like, it arrived after just a few days, and now it's been sitting in Norway for I think it's getting closer to 20 days now, and I have no idea what's taking them so long. Maybe it's customs, I don't know. But anyway, so I chose different colors. I wanted to choose more than just two colors, because I noticed that there's a lot of greeneries. She always has that in her kits, so I wanted to choose a green one. And then you have the purple is sort of the main color because of the flowers that are in there, and also the pink, like I showed you, this sort of pink. So I matched it a little bit better, but still I need to find a different color for the next time she has these type of flowers. So I wanted to sort of mix things up a bit. Instead of going for one color all of the weeks, I wanted to mix them up. So this is the main color. So this is the first week. And she also, a lot of the times, she does use these like beige, brown, beige, or gray backgrounds. So I chose that as well. So the first week is purple, and then the second is actually, this is green. I don't know if you can see if it's green. It doesn't look very green, but it is really like this, I don't know, olive sort of green. I didn't want it to be anything, popping. So 1 week is green, and then you have the pink one. I'm not sure about this pink one because it's so bright in color, but we'll see. And then I have a blue one, because there's also some blue motifs, like I think it's sort of like a blueberry stuff, I think. Or if it was the flowers, I can't remember at this time. But anyway, there was some kind of blue in there, and also gray, of course. So, and that sort of covered all of my 5 weeks. And since I haven't gotten my sticker kit, I had to start making some sort of preparation for it, because I needed to start using it. I cannot wait to use it until I get the stickers. So I'll just step in some main things and I can decorate it afterwards. And so after that, and here you can see I had all of these pages, like for all of January, all of February, and halfway March, with just clear pages. And I'm a list freak, so these are lists that I always have in my book, like cleaning lists. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with cleaning lists, because I'm so bad at cleaning, I have to say. But anyways, so I haven't backtracked this and filled in. I have done a lot more than this. But so these are for the weeklies for each week of the year. And then I have the monthlies right here. And the yearly, what I need to get done during the different types of months in order to get through everything. And season cleaning, like spring and fall cleaning. And some Christmas list. This is more like a fun list, like, along with all the serious stuff, like getting all the presents, wrapping, sending, all of that, baking. There's also a few things like, remember to watch some Christmas movies, listen to some Christmas music, and just relax, And also ready to put up my Christmas list, I'm sorry. So yeah. And my work schedule and work hours, and some podcast lists, because I listen to so many I forget. I think that I don't have any more to listen to, and I go through this and I say, oh, I haven't heard that for a long time, and then there's 10 episodes. So, and then you have dinners right here, and I have passwords. I love how this looks. I really love it. Now these are actually, I don't think these are washi. I think these are regular. I'm not sure. but I really like them. And then we were at the cabin and we were making stroganoff, and we hadn't done that for a while, so I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna put it in here. And I decided when I got to February that I was gonna just overlook this, forget about this, and just add in here, because I didn't really need any more pages. And so I started to just, you know, try out pens, try out different type of writing. As you can see, my calligraphy sucks, and it has always sucked, and I never give up. I keep trying and I keep getting frustrated. But I found out that I am left-handed, so when I'm writing, I write from down here, like if you can see, I'm writing from underneath instead of from above, and so my angle is really wrong, so it gets really thin up here, and as I go down it gets like this really mushy big thing here, and it gets all out of proportion. So I decided, you know what, I'm not giving up, I am going to get this done. So it's like, it is what it is. I'm trying. This is the book to do that, because when I get the sterling ink next year, it's gonna be a lot more perfect than this. And so the writing here is sort of like crammed in. I wasn't really used to these small lines, so I thought, well, what if I sort of switch up, and I'm not used to the black either, so it's sort of a two things coming together, like I'm not so sure. So what if I try and use some different ink matching the stickers that I'm using, and maybe writing just on every other line? And I ended up with this, and I absolutely hate it. And look at that, oh my god, you can't do anything but laugh, oh my gosh. And then I decided, you know what, no, I'm not doing that, I'm going back, and I wanted to divide it into sections, and this actually worked. I found that this looks a lot better, so I kept doing that for a little while, at least when I had my to-do list and stuff like that, and I didn't really have to write all that much. Like here I tried out some stamps and stuff to see how that would work on the pages, and here I got to a point where I'm like, I saw somebody on YouTube, again, I'm so sorry, I don't know who it was, but dividing the page into two sections, I've seen, it's not just one person, I've seen it several times, but when that specific person did it, it looked so beautiful. And so I want to do it like that. But it didn't turn out like that. No, it did not. So I decided, no, this is not it. And Saturday ended up being like here and all of this. So, and I tried to use, like, my writing is so sort of crooked, and I don't know, I don't like it. It doesn't look nice. So I thought, what if I use only big letters? Like, it has to be more consistent when I'm doing that, and it sort of does, but at the same time it takes a long time to do that. So I decided, you know what, I don't care, I'm just gonna do it as it is. And so, and again here I thought, well, what if I still do one page a day, but I divide it in like this as well, and well, it's okay, I can live with that. My other option is, I've been thinking about, you know, doing it horizontally, so having like Sunday here and then writing stuff, doing this for list and writing here, and then switching and doing like Monday here and my list and writing. So that's an option. And here I got into, actually I was so annoyed with my calligraphy, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try something else. And it's okay, just it doesn't stand out, and I really want it to look just as beautiful as all the other books I see on YouTube. And you know, I'm a perfectionist, as you would not think looking at this, but I strive so hard. And so as you can see, I just tried out some different things here. And then I decided, because I ordered the April kit and I knew that I wanted to start fresh with April, I decided to actually go to April and start April on April. So I still had a lot of pages left, of course, so I did my online ordering, like keeping track of what I've ordered and when to expect it and what it cost and stuff like that. And I thought I would leave that a lot of pages because I order a lot of stuff. And this is just, I wanted to sort of plan on how to do it when I got my Sterling ink kit. So yeah, anyways, so I got in here and this is April. And so what I want to do here is, I was thinking of doing this sticker right here, like for April, and then I wanted to do one of the bigger ones. Let me see if I can find one. I did not order the full kit because it was so expensive. Just take one of these. So I wanted the April to be like up here, and I wanted one sticker, like a big piece on here, and then I have always done like a monthly what do you call it, oracle cards. So I have done that forever, sort of to, you know, give myself some guidance on what do I need to focus on this month and stuff like that. So anyways, my camera is probably gonna cut soon. And then I want to add in the vellum, the monthly vellum in here, like, oops, like this. And as you can see, it does not fit properly, but I can live with that. I may have to, I don't mind this part, but this part is, I'm sorry, this part down here, I do not like. So this is where I will probably be putting this right here. Now this, I only wanted one sticker on the middle here to sort of keep it clean, so we'll see. But anyhow, maybe just this one on here, maybe, I don't know, I'll see when I get to the part. And also here I have been doing really good. These are stamps. This is not my handwriting, and stamping actually works really well in this book. It does not, it is ghosting, but it doesn't bleed through, and since you have this, it sort of covers it a bit. So I just wrote and I set aside like some space to put in some stickers, you know, here and there, stuff like that. So like one up here and something down here. So this is the part where I'm sort of anxious to see how far will my stickers go during a month, because, you know, decorating the monthly and weeklies, that's not a big deal. The big deal is to make the whole kit stretch throughout the whole month during every day, especially if you keep writing every day. So I have done this whole writing stuff is all done, so it's only about decorating, and I will be making a video on that as well, so you can see how it turns out. So this is also something I want to point out, because I saw again somebody on YouTube, I'm so sorry, I do not know who, but they put up this like it was like personal, work and small wins, and I thought, you know what, that's perfect. I'm gonna just adjust that a bit to what I need. And in this particular you know, these days, week, I had a really bad week. There was so much worries because I've been out sick from work for so long, and everything that comes with that. And I was tired, I was overwhelmed, I was sad and upset, and at the same time I was feeling like inspired. I want to go back to work. And you know, one day I could be, well, not even one day, like for 1 hour or maybe half an hour, I would be like, okay, it's go time, enough is enough, put it aside, just push on. And then the next minute I would be like, I can't do this, I'm so overwhelmed. So I decided to cut it into 3. Like when I woke up and I was like completely worn out, I was like, okay, I need to get all of that bad stuff, all of those feelings down on paper, get them off my chest and down on paper, just unload everything. And then I need to start and see how can I change that. It's out of my system, down on the paper. Now how can I change my mindset? So I did some gratitude. And I know people say, you know, it's life-changing, you need to do some gratitude journaling, or putting them up in you know, pick 3, 5, I don't know. I did not want to do that because it's not just about writing down what you're grateful for. It's about feeling what you're grateful for. So I know that I have tons of stuff to be grateful for, and I am super, super lucky compared to so many other people. And so I wanted to just find the one thing that actually meant the most. What am I the most grateful for today? And I wrote that down, and as I'm writing it, I also I go into the feeling of actually being grateful for this one thing. And so that made me feel a lot better. And then to add on top of that, I had the small wins to sort of also make me see, well, you actually got to do this. You feel drained, you feel exhausted, you feel sad, or whatever you feel, and you did this thing and you did this thing. So it all adds up. This is all the mush and all the bad stuff, and then you start switching, and then you're adding the good stuff. And so I did this, and it was amazing. I can totally recommend this to anybody who is struggling, like mindset wise, and emotional wise. And also if you have so many feelings, you don't really know what am I feeling, like there's so many things, write it down, because that will give you so much more insight into what you're feeling, and also maybe how your body is responding to those feelings. So just a tip from what I'm doing. Again, set aside some space here, and I think that's about it. And then in the back I have, as I showed you, I'm using this as sort of a swatch sheet for every month, and I will keep doing that. I am not decided yet. I saw somebody do it here as well. Just use take one page of this and just use like November, December, January, etc. And but I don't do a lot of washi, and I will only be using sterling ink, hopefully. So I just want to take like this one small thing, like if it's a flower or a crystal or some greenery, I don't know, just one small thing to add into that, as long and along with the colors that I choose. So that's that, and that's it. I used this one actually, my 100. I used for my 30-day challenge, and I can choose to add on to it, or I can choose to write to make some treats for myself, like when you've done this, then you get to do this, and once you've done these things, you get to do this. So we'll see in the future how I will be using it, if I'm using it at all, or if it's just a sort of go-to list, if I get the urge to do something all of a sudden, which I most likely do not. So we'll see. So that was everything for my Hobonichi cousin, and I will be back with showing you how I'm using my stickers and how if and how far they will go into the month. And I will also, I will also do that with the May kit, of course, when that arrives, and I hope it is shortly because it's the last day of April. So, well, anyways, thank you so much for watching, and if you liked the video, then hit the subscription button and my thumbs up, and I'll see you soon. Bye!